our next session, the 25th. Yesterday was the 24th, and I thought it was the 25th of September. We're going to repeat with Beta what we did yesterday with the cart shafts. Because we have the same helper, we have a third helper today, I'm pretty sure, knowing how Beta reacts to school and training, with repetition, he'll be as good as Alpha is. We actually redid backing him into cart shafts yesterday, and he got an A. But Beta got like a B-. He kept swinging his hips over. He couldn't realize that that was the wrong answer, even though we had a third person to tap him on the hips or give him a barrier so that he can't swing his hips over. But I'm pretty sure now that we have been working with Beta for several years that he'll learn. His ears are back. We're putting the harness on. He's not upset by it. And the goat boys are here today. They realized, okay, there's a training, and they love to be here when we train the alpaca boys. And after we do Beta, assuming that it doesn't take extraordinarily long to get them to back into the cart shafts, we're going to take Alpha to the roping pen and just take a rope with us and swing the rope, the loop, let Alpha know that even if he's in this pen, he may be roped, but it's no big deal. It's not going to hurt him. Remember, these are prey animals, so they're always first assume it's danger until they understand it's not. Well, that was good. He was very good for that. And you see we have those dog collars to eventually set the shafts in and then maybe move the cart behind him. Of course, before we tie him to the cart. Yeah, I have problems sometimes coming in the yard gate. They don't want to move over unless they choose to move over. So they're going to be trained. But they're such happy goats. Okay. Yeah, now they're butting each other. That's not aggressive in my opinion. I think they're just playing. Okay, Michael, be ready. We're almost ready to back him. He was very good about putting the harness on. He got an A for that task. He's not, I think maybe he's not going forward because the goats are there. I'm not sure. What's resistance? Causing him the resistance? Okay. Okay. So, I would move the cart out. Can you do that and not scare him? Move the cart out here to this grassy area. Michael, I think we need you. Okay, now the cart shafts are down, and our third helper, I'm hoping, will be here. We've got the arm extension attached to the cart, but it can be pulled out and used. All right, now Tavis, the lead trainer, is going to do what he has to do to say to Beta, you've got to back. And back straight and stand. And here's our helper who's going to help Beta. Nope. That's what he was doing a little bit yesterday. And if you want Michael to stand somewhere else, let us know. Closer to the tip of the shafts.
Yesterday, and I'll just back him up and you hold the trailers.
Yeah, I think there. I mean, I think that's just seeing you there might make him think, I better not move my hips over. All right, now he doesn't even want to come up to the shafts. He doesn't understand that that's what you're requesting. Okay, now he's walking straight. And remember yesterday we went in the corridor and we backed him. And then we finally got him to back into the shafts. We don't necessarily have to have 2 carts out each time, but we have 2 alpacas and 2 carts. Wouldn't it be nice to cart drive together? We'll see if we can get there and make that event available to the community. Use your voice, Tavis. We can't hear you on the camera, but I know that voice commands do eventually get understood. Touching him on his neck, asking him to back. That's a little bit too much pressure on his right hip. Okay, stop. Oh, too bad. I was going to say stop and let him stand there. We almost had a moment of resolution. And hopefully without shaking the camera too much, I'm going to change my position so that we can watch better how Beta replies to Tavis's commands and requests. And use that cluck sound or a kissing sound. We use that all the time with horses. No, no. You know what, Michael? Maybe take that PVC and have it in your right hand and have it help you cue him on his hips if he starts moving his hips over.
It don't work.
Watch my show from yesterday, which is already uploaded. Alpha, even though he hadn't done it for a while, was very good. And I'm pretty sure Beta will also someday be very good. Okay, no.
I don't know.
Well, no, we did it yesterday. We got to do it in small steps with repetition. It sure doesn't help to try to have the person handling the lead line pull the hips over. We just saw that didn't work. I have never given up on a learning objective with any livestock I've ever worked with for decades. We just do it small steps until we get it done with repetition. Good. Do you remember what we did yesterday when we were frustrated? We took them to the corridor and had them back down there first.
Okay.
See how Tavis is using his... Okay. Okay, now let's just stand there. I'm sure that Beta knows that that cart shaft is there. I see him looking with his right eye, peripheral vision. Good. Walk him out. Yes. All right, one more time. If we can get him to do it again, that would be a behavioral objective accomplished today. And then we'll go get Alpha, who's over there at the feeder eating teff hay and carrots. Okay, now let's see if Beta will do it again. And the way Tavis touched him on the neck, you see how that kind of stopped him? And having Michael bring the cart up to him seemed to be helpful, but we'd want to be able to do it at least twice.
Back.
I would say stand there, and Michael, you bring the cart up. Yes, and let's just stand there for 15 seconds. Yeah, and the cart would go through I can see, would go through the dog collars very well. Okay, now rather than moving the cart back, Tavis, can you get Beta safely to go forward? Yes. Okay. Now let's return the cart to its position. Take Beta back to the tacking area. And Michael, do you think you can convince Alpha to come back here? Because we're going to put the halter on him, take him to the roping pen that we finished constructing, almost finished constructing. It's going to be a little bigger than what we're working in today because we found one more panel that we can use. And I am going here to our tack storage to see if I can find the kids' rope. No, oh, but that's all the tack we've used. Let's see if the kids' rope is in here. Yes, it is. Because I was afraid for rain, so I took my adult rope back to shelter. Now we have the kids' rope, we have helmet. We're all ready to go. When we have people in the community who want to learn how to behave with alpacas and eventually goats. And here's my roping for kids rope. We're going to walk over to the roping pen carefully. There's no wind today like there was yesterday. I knew that the wind was distracting the boys yesterday. And it's not too hot. You know what? Just bring Beta into the roping pen and I'll bet you Alpha will follow. Although they are used to coming this way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm going to open this gate.
I'm not finished with the rope.
It's all right. It's good enough. We just want to see if they'll walk in. And if I could, swing a loop in there. Okay, so just open the gate. We've only had them in here, I think, one time when we first set it up. You see how it's a little narrow over there on the far side? We're going to add one more panel there, so it's not quite that narrow. Yeah, go ahead, come in with Beta. He's already got the halter on. Oh, I thought Alpha might choose to follow him. Yeah. Just walk in. See, I want him to see that there is now a little pen here, and that's our roping pen, not our tacking pen, not our training area, but a place where we're going to be swinging a loop. Okay, here comes Alpha. Looks like he wants to see what Beta's doing. And I'm going to walk back here so I don't stop Alpha from going in. Yeah, see? I made myself big with the rope. That's it. That's it. Michael, can you hold the camera? I'm just going to swing the loop. Wait, my fingers.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. All right, I'm going to make a loop with the coils. And remember, this is a colorful lariat. for kids. You gotta get all the twists out. Okay. Now, all right, when I learned this a long time ago when I learned how to rope, when you've got twists and so forth, just throw it out and loop it up again. Can you see? Put this on the camera. Okay, now I've got it. I've got the loop I want. No, I take it back. I don't got it. I have one twist. I've got to throw it out again and try again. It's like when you're dealing with a hose. I feel some tension in the coils. I want the coils to set right in my left hand. There we go. I think. Okay, now I want the loop. Okay, I'm going to put the loop down the way I want it, and then I'm going to try to get the coils in my hand with the loop. Nope. So you know what I'm going to do? And this is all part of learning how to rope. Your tool has to be right. I think I want to go in this way. I'm having to start all over again, and I'm not sure why this happened. There, now I've got my loop the way I want it. And I'm going to drop it. And I'm going to try to bring my coils up into my left hand. When I watched that video with a little girl trying to catch the alpaca that she wanted to rope, the mother was videoing it. The girl obviously knew how to handle the rope, but the alpacas kept walking away from her. That's when I thought, it's time to set up a roping pen here. There we go. This is the way a rope should be looking in your right and your left hand. And it is kind of wet because it did irrigate this morning, and it's long grasses, so I can't see where I'm stepping. Can you pick up that chain? We don't ever want those in the grazing area, because if an animal gets a chain wrapped around their leg, they can freak out. I'm holding on. Okay.
Who are you going after?
I don't know. I'm just going to swing the loop. And so I don't know what they'll do. I'm going to make the loop a little bigger and the coils a little smaller. And it's making the swishing sound. They're okay. They're okay so far. I'm going to get closer to alpha. And I'm going to throw it in front of him. You see how he stepped back? Are you getting this on video, Michael?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay. He wasn't sure what it's doing there, but he didn't freak out. Now I'm going to throw it in front of Beta. Next time we come out here, I'll try to throw it on their necks. We've done that in the tacking area. Okay, now that surprised him. I don't blame him. He didn't know I was going to throw it in front of him, but he didn't totally freak out. You see, I don't want any freakouts in the smaller area if somebody, like a child, is trying to learn how to rope where the kids rope. So we'll do a lot of freak-out practices before we ever let a child come in here. Okay, now I'm going to stand here, and you take Beta back to the tacking area. I think Alpha will follow. Okay, we're going to hold my rope in my right hand and hold onto the fence because it's wet out here, it's high grasses, and it's not flat. And I'll take the camera in a moment. And then, Michael, there was a dog panel on the other side. You know to pick that up.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. That's very, very good. We did very well today as a team. We'll meet again next week. It's supposed to rain by the end of next week, but it will be cooler the whole week according to weather at Lake of the Pines. And remember, this is the alpaca manure, which is precious. You don't have to compost it, you just use it when you're farming in the soil. And the goat manure looks very similar. So I'm pretty sure I won't have to compost it either. I'll just use it to farm my teff and my carrots. Okay, we're taking tack off of Beta. He's being okay. Beta gets an A- today. Alpha was fine. He gets his usual A. But we didn't challenge him too much. We just asked him to cooperate, and he did. Our carts are back where they are usually parked. The clouds are in the sky, but it's not windy and it's not rainy. And this little kid's rope, now that it's coiled right, is going back in with the helmets, which will be on the heads of any kids that are working with us for anything with the alpacas until we're confident that the kids know and the alpacas know what to do. Okay, it looks like Tavis is going to go and open gates again, and then we go in together and upload. Please email soniasokolo@gmail.com or make comments on my Urban Alpaca Girl shows. Let me know if you have any questions, if you want to make any comments. I'm open to criticism. I'm open to help from anybody who's done anything like this before with their alpacas. Walking back out with the roping pen in sight. Let's see if it's now more consistent width everywhere. I didn't like the fact that it got more narrow as we went deeper in. I want it to be more square or rectangle, not trapezoid. Okay, it's a little better, but Michael, if we can, let me just show you one more thing you might do before you leave this area. It's wider here. It's not as narrow as it used to be there, but it's still more narrow there. I'd like it to be more consistent, like a rectangle. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. And can we... Looks like Tavis is going to help him. These are 6-foot portable panels. Some of them are plastic, some of them are metal. Oh, that's better. Yeah, and then we just have to make sure that when we're in there, when this gate is closed, an alpaca can't get past us. Can you open the gate and make sure it will reach the edge?
Yeah, I don't even get to pull it no more. Because it's going to overlap. See if they get it close. It's gonna overlap.
which it's kind of a waste to overlap, but if that's the way it is, okay. And then we have the chain to connect it. So can you picture us in there with a kid trying to learn how to rope? Based on the way the alpacas behave today, I don't consider it a possibly dangerous occasion, but with repetition we'll become more and more confident that the alpacas are okay on being roped, especially with a kid's rope, which is less heavy, more narrow, and more colorful. And that's all for today. Sonia Sokola, the Urban Alpaca Girl.